to work as a remote team and to lead to effective communication in different communicative situations that we live in the workplace. It is necessary to adapt the communication process. To do this, we need to reflect on why the team needs to communicate. It is necessary a meeting to discuss topics or projects. I want to send information and receive feedback on that information, but I need it immediately? Or immediacy is not necessary? For each case, we must use the appropriate tool if we want the communication to be effective. So let's get to know today some of the main tools or the best known that allow us to work remotely. We will analyze its functionalities, features, advantages, and drawbacks so that you can select the best and the most suitable, but as this changes very quickly, you should be up to date on updates and new versions. We are going to focus on the 4 types that you can see here: video conferencing platforms, file sharing programs, messaging applications, and collaborative work tools. We must also take into account that this classification is based on its main functionalities, but each of the tools and some functionalities overlap and could be duplicated in this grouping. On the other hand, first we present also the email outside of this grouping, because since it is a tool of such generalized use, we must not fall into the error of believing that it serves for everything, and we must be clear when to use it. So let us start with email. Since the first email was sent in 1971, it has become one of the most widely used communication tools in Internet technology. The email is part of our lives. Virtually all people have a mail account in both personal, work, and educational areas. And although email has long been one of the hegemonic tools of digital communication, the development of other communicative instant messaging applications, for example, is taking away its prominence. The email is a network service that allows us to both send and receive messages to anyone in the world who is a user of this service. It not only allows the transfer of text messages, but also files such as images, sounds, etc. There are many features to highlight from the email, however. The 2 most relevant are their speed, and that is economical. The speed is due to the fact that the process is immediate. The sender sends the message and the receiver receives it almost instantly. In addition, if we compare this tool with others that offer similar services and are a little older, such as telephone or postal mail, it stands out for being cheaper. Do not forget that this type of service is available 365 days a year, except that there is some failure in the network. There are several email providers like Gmail, HubSpot, ProtonMail, iCloudMail, ZoomMail, Outlook, Mailbox, Yahoo, and everyone has different features. It is good to know them to select the best one for us. Here you can observe differences between Gmail and Outlook, and it is observed that they are very similar in storage, platforms, etc. So, for example, in this case, we could look at the extras to make the decision. Gmail has calendar extras. You can block users, and while Outlook can make a list of tasks and allows the address book. Now let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages. Among the advantages, we find that does not require that the action be at the same time, is not synchronous, it does not have a high cost, on the contrary, as we have commented previously. The process is immediate, but the feedback does not have B. In addition to text, you can attach documents, images, and other types of files, and finally, it can be accessed from any device. As for the main drawbacks, we find that it can lead to misinterpretations of messages. There may be an infection in the device, information overload, spam, scan, and even flooding of information and data. We now proceed to present and analyze the tools that make it possible to make video conferences. The main objectives of this section are to know its main functionalities and its versions, understand the advantages and disadvantages in order to be able to differentiate between different tools, and you can select the best one for your remote team work. Always remember, without losing sight of the fact that the objective is the effective communication of the team, minimizing the loss of information that occurs due to the lack of presence. Video conferencing platforms allow users, regardless of where they are located, to have a virtual conversation over the Internet through real-time transmission of sound, text, and video. Companies and educational institutions are investing and improving tools to make video conferencing calls, store files, and send messages via group or private chat. What do we avoid? Wasted time and transfer costs. We will show and explain the most popular, such as Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or Google Meet. However, it is good to know the characteristics of other tools, often not because they are better known, they are more suitable for our needs. So we've left you an activity to analyze and get to know Discord, Jitsi, Skype, WebEx, and Meeting Owl. Let's start with Microsoft Teams. It was developed by Microsoft in 2017 and is the evolution of Microsoft Skype by Business. It provides services such as video conferencing, file storage, persistent chat, calendar, and also allows the integration of different Microsoft applications. In addition, it is constantly updating new functions that it is incorporating and that it is necessary to be up to date in all this. It is available for Windows, Android, iOS, Mac, and versions for web browsers. Allows linking the user's account with any device such as mobile phones, tablets, or PCs, giving the possibility to use intuitive chat rooms, video conference rooms, and voice calls, and even allows for guest access to facilitate communication with people who do not belong to the organization. Other functionalities, such as planning tasks, objectives, and time limits that are integrated into the application, create and edit files and documents, and also those files can be stored in OneDrive. Now let's look at its advantages and disadvantages. Among the main advantages, we found that it allows interactions that are not integrated into other management systems. Private spaces are offered, interaction is allowed via private or group chats, you can carry out an attendance check. There is the possibility of recording the meeting, attendance is from anywhere, physical presence is not required, and real-time transcription takes place. Major disadvantages or disadvantages are that it is necessary to have a good internet connection. The web version is not available for Safari. It is not allowed to create working groups with more than 300 people. To use all functions, it is necessary to pay. It is less known than Zoom or Discord in some sectors, and the interface can be difficult to use. It has different versions, the free version and the paid version, and there are two different types in the latter, personal and business, but all this information, as it is being updated better, you can consult it on its official website. We continue with the second of the selected video conferencing platforms, Zoom. Developed by Zoom Video Communications in 2013, this application has support for up to 100 people within a conference in the free version, and up to 1,000 people in the paid version, therefore its main use by companies or institutions. It is when they require audio or video conferencing where they need to have many users connected at once and share digital resources with all these users. Its main features are its ease of use and its simple interface, allows integration within companies, is available on various services such as Windows, Linux, Android, and you can also hold talks, exhibitions, and seminars. Let's see its advantages. We highlight easy to use with a user-friendly interface, possibility to record meetings. Meetings can be protected with a password. It is not necessary to download it. With a single click, it is possible to access the conference. It allows the transcription of meetings and has services available such as Zoom Rooms. And among the main disadvantages, we can therefore mention that the most important functions are only available in the paid version. It is necessary to have a good and stable internet connection, and people who do not use this type of technology may find it a little difficult to manage. It has two versions with different plans, personal and corporate. The personal has 3 modes, the basic, the pro, and the business. And the corporate has 4 modes, the basic, pro, business, and enterprise, and which depends mainly on the size of the company. But all this better, consult it in the website of Zoom. Finally, let's see Google Meet is a communication tool developed by Google that allows to create meetings from 100 to 500 participants in all their versions, with the possibility of joining the call with a call code through the web browser or an application. Enable real-time subtitles generated by artificial intelligence. integration with Google Calendar for video conferencing and assistance of noise cancellation filters, video filters, effects and augmented reality masks. It is available in Mozilla, Firefox and Microsoft Edge. It is possible to send text messages via browsers or mobile applications, record meetings and access to anyone via URL. Advantages of Google Meet are its easy access via Gmail account, no registration required. You can participate in meetings in the web version without downloading the application. It has a practical interface, which is deductive and easy to use. There is possibility to record meetings. Security is ensured through encryption protocols, and it is possible to activate the subtitles of the conversation in real time. Disadvantages are that you need to have a Gmail account to be able to participate in meetings, only allows to share one screen at a time, does not allow to send files during conferences, and most of the features available are only in the paid version. It has different plans within the personal and business plans, as you can see on the slide. On the personal, we have Google Meet, Essential Workplace or Enterprise. And all this depends on the size of the companies. Check out its possibilities and features on the Google Meet website. By way of summary and to have some criteria on which to base the selection decision of the most appropriate tool, we present the following features to take into account: the maximum number of people, compatibility, recording of the meeting, integration with other applications, if subtitles are generated by artificial intelligence, if it allows you to raise your hand, the free version, sending files during the conference, storage and meeting time. So you can make tables with information like this that can help you compare and choose the tool that best suits your needs. Remember that you must be updating this information, however you must also take into account the prices, since it is an important resource of companies and they can limit the decision. For example, in these three cases that we can observe here, Google Meet does not allow the sending of files during the conference. If this is necessary in our communication process for it to be effective, we obviously should not use this. In these moments, you must be able to know the main functionalities and versions of the video conference platform that we have seen, and also understand the advantages and disadvantages. All this will make it easier for you to search and understand the video conferencing platforms you can find on the market to be able to select the best one for you. Below we leave you bibliography in case you are interested in further information on this topic.